Blood is made in the large cell lamina propria in the submucosa of the intestinal tract. And when you add up all the life colloid in your body and look at that in relation to the cells, it's minuscule, the cells of your body, actual. And the largest...
You were telling me one time, telling me something about how long it takes to form a habit, and how long it takes to overcome a habit. It was
42 days.
Remember?
42 days, you become comfortable, and whatever passion was there about that has disappeared and gone. And the reason behind that is that's a pattern. And the shortest cycle that we have is 21 days, because that's one sun cycle. And to get a pattern going, you have to have two. So if you have 21 days, you end up ending up with a pattern. And interesting that many things only have the life of a day, because as the world rotates, it slowly comes round as a string onto itself, and forms and things. But, a lot's going on where we move more into a quantum age, which you have to have things set up more so a quantum can exist. So you have quorum sensing going on, because your immune cells all quorum sense, these life colloid quorum sense. And so, for instance, because there's a quantum at 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit, potassium has a capacity to be able to have a quanta by being sometimes positively or negatively charged and have an amphoteric property, which has the ability to be able to be south positive or north negative in a moment that's needed, as it could bring that out of its structure in itself. So a salt which has this is enzymatically connected, and the things that's dead don't have that. Things that were cooked, which could be held, can be envived and enlived, and some of that could be repaired even. And that's what sphingosine and spheramide do, where you bring that into a substance that's been taken out of its enzymes. You're putting enzyme back into that substrate and making it enzymatically active again. That's very important, because everything you do has to be water soluble, it has to be hydrophilic, and that's another property of a proper salt. And another property is permittivity, and salts which have that only are enzymatically linked. So where processing exists, it can be destroying the stereoscopic or three-dimensional structure of a molecule and cause that molecule not to function as well as what's supposed to. So nutraceuticals in a future moment all are compounded more like what I'm talking about, and compounded more by the use of plasma in the processing of it. So those products which you could show people and people could look into a bit, all really are product which is made with sphingosine and ceramide, micronized, to be able to cross over through the cell membrane and be able to get into the blood. And, for me it was really looking at what titer count might you have, and how much of a dose of something would you have to have an effect. And so those are things which really is an art, actually, and quite a discovery, because unless something is combined by parotid hormone in your mouth, so that it's combined with your own DNA and RNA, anything introduced is going to be clathrated by the liver, and it's going to be not make it pass through the liver. So these are substances which can pass through the liver for 2, 3, 4 days and not get used up.
It all starts with life colloid.
Yeah.
And I just want to show how many actual products you have. So based on life colloid, you have life hydrate.
The life hydrate comes about because I see a ratio that slip, stick and bulk, and I get that from looking at the mass of the universe in relationship to Boody's void, which our whole universe is slipping around, and the ratio of this in its mass, I saw was in the sap of trees and things, and I saw that it had remarkable effects on magneton in water, causing it to become structured. So Life Hydrate is born because most everybody requires potassium rhodonase, because it's the primary substance that you need to detoxify your body from 3 toxins. One toxin is heavy metal, which you must have that to detoxify from. You must have potassium rhodonase to detoxify from cyanohydric acid, and every single chemical in its elemental form will break down into forms of cyanide, and some are very dangerous, and you need to detoxify from that. And then the other is diastatic toxin, which is a class of toxin which mostly all come about from mycotoxin, which is the excrement of ferment, and those are substances which break cells apart. So those 3 toxins, the primary toxins which help block and stop proper oxidative metabolism that's supposed to be in our body, and all disease is a colloidal dysbiosis of tissue, and is, a dysbiosis. So every single condition is that, whether that's diabetes, or some people would call what cancer is, arthritis, arteriosclerotic plaque in your arteries. All this really is neoplastic conditioning.
And that's what the 4R is for, right?
Yeah.
Here. That's the 4R.
Chitin, resin and sclerotin are foreign protein which you need element that can help break that down, block it and stop it, and convert that tissue back into healthy red blood corpuscle.
And then something about FloraGrow. This is one of my favorites.
Yeah, FloraGrow is made from L. salivarius nalplantarium, primary organism on the outside of fruits and vegetables, which that culture comes from the outside of juniper berry, and that's grown then on almond and apple, and that's like 3-year-old process that's made in 10-pound batches. And you need L. salivarius nalplantarium to have a tight junction fit inside your intestine to keep dysbiosis and to keep the gut from absorbing things which they're not meant to. Plus, it produces substances which help protect your brain, like selenium glutathione peroxidase. There's so much it does, it's unbelievable. But the FloraGrow will digest a piece of cardboard if that was eaten, or even a truck tire or something like that. So it's got enzymes to help break things down.
Well, it smells really nourishing. It's like a the aroma of it is very nice.
Yeah, it tastes a bit like a Parmesan. Perhaps cheese might have aged, or...
Right. And then there's the nootropic.
Yeah, vitamin A, B, C, D, and E. That's
conditioner.
Plant-based. Yeah, it conditions your cells. If you wanted to check out a little bit, you just put a bit on your skin with a bit of water, rub that in, and then wash it off. Check out your skin. You'll see it's brand new.
Well, it's got lemongrass, cedar, clove, fennel, mint, star anise, vanilla, lavender. Wow, a lot of stuff. Plus basil, white gold hydride ion, eucalyptus, ginger, sphingosine, ceramide, shea butter, coconut butter, palm kernel butter, avocado oil, castor oil. I mean, it's got a lot in here, and it smells so nice.
Yeah, it's fresh. It's enzymatically active.
It just lifts you up.
You need a small amount of that, and it goes into your body, helps condition your brain. I made that so that it could degrease an auto shop floor,
Then you've got this for digestion, which is the vacuum.
Yeah, so these have molecules of ubiquitin, which are 3 molecules which help heal the DNA of your intestinal tract. The vacuase does. Digest Aid goes after all the mitochondria of all of your body and does the same thing. It has ubiquitin. It helps switch off all unnecessary and switches on what is pertinent and proper, and it helps correct DNA.